Happy Monday, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Game Show live stream. I'm your host, Fred Y, baby. Alright, y'all know what it is. It's Monday, and we do a certain series called Who's on My Shit List, right? But before I start anything, I got some 411 to drop on you. You dig? If you would like to know what hardware and software we use to do our streams, you need help with starting up a stream of your own, or if you would like to share play one of the many titles that we currently own, head over to the website, log in and become a member, and click on the live stream tab in the upper right hand corner. There you will find all the information that you need to know. Alright, so now we got that out the way. Let me go ahead and cut the music. Alright, so who's on your shit list? Who's on my shit list? Well, this series gives you the opportunity to vent out your frustrations. Is it a co-worker, relative, somebody that you met when you was out on the street, maybe a employee at Walmart, Target, or GameStop? Who's on your shit list? And I usually run this for around about like maybe 30 minutes. To try to get some people in here. Now, you can also call in at 301-949-1795 and let us know, or use your Facebook Messenger to tell us. What's up, Sean? Now, you can remain anonymous if you choose to. If you don't, that's your business, but I won't put your business out there in the street. So, I'll tell you who's on my shit list today. But let's start off with my top 4. And the fourth one is, I know you don't see it, but I'll let you know. My number 1 is the Grand Wizard. He would always be number 1 on my shit list for every reason that you can imagine. Number 2 is Steve Coonan-ass Harvey. He will always be on my shit list. Roseanne Barr. She will always be on my shit list now that I know that she's a major Trump supporter. Or, I'm sorry I called him Trump. I'm sorry I disrespected him like that. I meant to say the Grand Wizard, even though she's a huge Grand Wizard supporter. And rappers, white rappers who use the word niggas. That's not cool. Because if you weren't a rapper and you were just some average Smojo and you was in a party, basement party or something, and you came in that joint with a whole bunch of black dudes or black people, and you be like, what's up, my nigga? You would probably get fucked up. You know what I mean? So that's number 4. Number 5, and I'll go over this real deep because I wanted to do an episode about it on the Gamer Show, because we talk about video games and everything else, but since those episodes only last about like maybe 10 minutes, I wanted to get all that I can out, because I like to keep those episodes real short. Sorry. But people that's on my shit list, the number 5, are people who hate Bill Cosby but don't say nothing about Charlie Sheen. Now that's some dumbass shit, you know what I'm saying? That's really dumb. Or you can put it in the comments who's on your shit list, and I'll read it out. So here's the situation. I wasn't there, and I'm not condoning what Bill Cosby was found guilty of. Okay, I'm not condoning that. But there is there is a major difference between doing what Bill Cosby was alleged to do than somebody that did something that could be proven and shortening somebody's life, giving them a death sentence. And that's what Charlie Sheen had did. But even when it happened, nobody came out and sued, or nobody said anything like that. Charlie Sheen videos, 2.5 Men and Anger Management, they still are on the air. where the Cosby Show has been pulled from every place that it's being, I forget the word, but it's in syndication, right? So wherever it was in syndication, they have pulled it, right, for his guilty verdict. And that's, to me, that shows you how divided America is, okay? Now, I hate to say that it's a black and white thing. And first of all, let me tell you that I don't hate anybody of different origins, right? I'm not just going to say I don't hate one race. No, I don't hate anybody. If you're an asshole, then you're an asshole. If I don't like you, it's not because of your skin color. It's because of your character. You know, there are a lot of people that I don't. There's a lot of black people that I don't like, and there's a lot of white people that I don't like. There's a lot of Asian people that it's a whole lot of people that I don't like, and there's a whole bunch of people that I do like. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that is. But getting back to my fifth person that's on my shit list, it's just that whole group of people that don't say anything about Charlie Sheen. They don't say anything about this man, but they continuously say something about Bill Cosby. Now, just like in the OJ case, I wasn't there. So people who already condemn these people, and I'm not just talking about black people. I'm just talking about people in general. You don't really know if the person did it or not because you're not there. Somebody can tell you stories of how they think that something happened, or they can just put stuff out there and make it believable. Look at half of the Grand Wizard supporters. Anything that he puts out there, they believe. He could be holding a murder weapon with blood dripping from it, and each blood drop says the name of the person that he just killed, and he could say that he didn't do it, and his supporters will believe him. You know? So that's how that goes. And I say that because a lot of people, they're just ignorant to the fact that the media can turn your thoughts around. You know, the news only portrays what you want, what they want you to see. The news only broadcasts negativity. Oh, I got something in my tooth. The news, God damn. Surprise, motherfucker. The news barely supports anything that enlightens minorities. And that's a crime within itself. You have a lot of minorities that do good deeds, and they're not posted on the news. But whenever something happens that's in a bad light, then that's when you see the negativity. But getting back to what I'm saying is that you can compare Charlie Sheen to Bill Cosby. Now, as I stated before, the allegations that he was accused on, what's up, Anton? What he was accused of, and he got found guilty. If he in fact did that, then, you know, no matter who he is, he should be placed in jail. Okay, so And that goes. If you're not in the entertainment business, you don't really know what happened behind scenes. The scenes. You can look at stuff like Love and Hip Hop, right? And you can see what some of these people do to get their fame. You know what I'm saying, or get started in the business, and that could have been in the case. You have a powerful black man that's well established that can get you in the business, and he could have damn well went overboard with his practices, and that could may be the case. But I'm not to say what happened in there because I don't know. I don't know if he's guilty. I don't know if he's innocent. If he is truly, in fact, guilty, then he should be facing charges like everybody else. If he's not found guilty, if there wasn't evidence enough to find that man guilty, then there has been another crime committed. From what I heard, and this is only speculation, that they had one juror that went in there already determined that he was guilty. So if that's the case, it needs to be a retrial and things like that. But hey, look, I don't know. But what I do know is that Charlie Sheen has AIDS, and he continued to sleep with prostitutes unprotected. That's what I do know. But has Charlie Sheen been placed in court? No. Has Charlie Sheen shows been ripped off the air? No. 2.5 Men, you can still catch it. No pun intended. Anger Management, you can still catch it. All of his movies that he starred in, you can still go inside Walmart and Target and pick one up, or you can go on Amazon and buy it. You know, you can buy all his stuff on there. You know, but Cosby Show, it's getting ripped off the shelves. Off of one person action. I know he was the executive producer. What's up, Ant? So, I'm just talking. I'm doing a series of who's on my shit list. So I'm giving everybody the opportunity to type in the comments of who's on your shit list, or you can either type in the comments or you can call in at 301-494-1795, or you can use your Facebook Messenger to go ahead and call into the show. You will remain anonymous if you would choose, if you would like to, but that's on my shit list. Now I'm talking about people who hate Bill Cosby but says nothing about Charlie Sheen. Okay. And both actions of drugging and raping and giving somebody a life-ending sentence, you can put those in the same category, because when you do force yourself on somebody or rape them or whatever, you change their lives forever. That you don't just change their lives for that moment. They live with that forever, and that continues to fester into their relationships, everyday lives. You know what I'm saying? And that is a heavy load to bear. That affects everything from everyday life, from the time that you wake up. It may not affect you that you would know about immediately, but it has something to do with your life growing up. Primarily it affects your relationships, your romantic relationships. That's what it primarily affects with drugging and raping females, or females drugging and raping males. Let me see. Yeah, so not one black female was deep raped by Bill Cosby. Hate rape. Sexual who black women and accusations. Yeah, I mean that's my point exactly, and but I'm kind of wearing that jail sentence for Bill Cosby is just more than it shows. The government and all it has made. Yeah. So what it goes is that how it goes is that Bill Cosby was in the midst of trying to purchase NBC or some major network, and then that's when all these allegations started. Now, most people say it started from this comedian who did a bit on him. I forgot what the guy's name is, but he did a bit on him. But you have to do this. Years ago, Wendy Williams, which I don't really care for too much, Wendy Williams had actually said something about Bill Cosby and his antics. You know, there's no, let me tell you, let me get this out the way. There is no undeniable fact that he has a problem with how the way that he talks to females, because I think he was on the Tonight Show, or it was some show, and then they had a female guest and he was sitting beside them and he kept talking to the female guest. He was like, "You make me feel young again," and I don't know if he was doing it out of a joke, but it felt really creepy to the young lady that he was sitting beside, and you could tell that she was feeling uncomfortable. So this actually happened years ago, and I think it was on the Johnny Carson show, and Johnny Carson has been dead for a very, very long time. Now, to me, it just seems strange when, even with that being aired and Wendy Williams exposing him to what some of the stuff that he did, it's strange that these allegations start to come out now. Sell out Wendy Williams. Yeah. I mean, I don't like Wendy Williams for the fact that I know everybody has a job to do, and she has her stuff, hot topics and things like that. But when somebody comes at her, especially with the stuff between her and her husband, she kind of like, well, private matters. Like, bitch, you talking about private matters? Like, you just go in on somebody else about their marital affairs? Come on, you can't burn the candle at both ends and not expect to get burnt in the process. Come on, man. So maybe Wendy Williams will make it on my shit list next Monday. But yeah, that's just, oh, Aunt, get with me not this Saturday but next Saturday. See if you and B can come past the joint. But yeah, that it's just strange, man. And if this stuff comes out where he was trying to buy the network and they pulled all this stuff out at the last minute to prevent him from doing so, then, I mean, that shows you how America treat African Americans. And that goes back to everything I said about, yeah, I'm going to talk about Roseanne in a minute, but that's what I go back to, what I say. And this is something that I made up myself. I said black people in America are tolerated but not accepted. Okay? Black people in America, you are tolerated but not accepted. Okay? It doesn't matter how much money that a black person has. Or let's just call it how America see black people. it it's not how much money a nigga got. It never matters. You can have billions and billions and billions upon billions of dollars, right? They can strip you from that anytime that they want to. There was, let me see. Because it's just, it's a different format for different races, right? When African American kids go to school, they are taught how to be employees instead of bosses. And that's a proven fact. You're taught you're brainwashed into how to be an employee, not an employer. That's what the school mentality is, because it's the curriculum that is being taught in the schools that gives off that impression. You take, for instance, Black History Month. Black History Month is on the shortest month of the year, and you factor in how many days a week there's school. So there's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 5 days a week. Black history is being taught for how many hours? Okay. If you add up the amount of hours that Black history is being taught in our school, it's less than 24 hours. You teaching Black history in a school where you have kids don't retain that type of information because they don't go through every person. You know what I'm saying? You have your bases. You have Martin Luther King, you have Jane Pittman, and you have the guy that invented the peanut, maybe the guy that did the first black open heart surgery, Malcolm X. You only have a selective few of black historians that's being taught in our schools, right? But that curriculum is not taught throughout the year. You have different languages that are being taught in school, and it's a what word am I looking for? It's a requirement that you learn the different languages, right? And that's taught all year round. As an American, there may be kids that don't leave out of the state. Like, yeah, and that is true, because if you go out to the more urban areas where there are not that many black kids that attend, they don't teach Black History Month. So each county has a different curriculum that they teach their kids. And the reason why I say they teach minorities how to be employees is because of the way that they teach you. They teach you, okay, well, Black History Month, this is the negativity of your history. They don't see the enlightenment of your history. So the negativity of your history is always tragedy. This happened, that happened. He got killed. He got killed. He got killed. Every black major historian that they teach about at Black History Month has always met a fatal end. So you figure, okay, if you try to accomplish something, this is the consequence that you're going to get. And that's subconsciously what they teach kids in school. And they teach, okay, this is the color of the person who tried to accomplish this but was killed because of their actions, because of their consequences, you know. And I'm not going to say, I'll take that back. I'm not going to say all, because they teach about Rosa Parks, but they teach about her in a negative light. All white leaders with the money and a bunch of blacks getting folks together to rally. And That's it. Now, you can look on the other side is how when you have a black person in power, they don't try to empower other races, right? So you may have a couple of black millionaires, but then they don't try to help out uh, uh, other people that's, their other brothers and sisters that's living in poverty. They don't teach them how to try to hold on. Y'all hold on for a second. They don't teach them how to empower other their brothers and sisters. Let me take this call real quick. I'm gonna go dark for a second. All right, sorry about that. I'm back. But where I left off is that I was saying black people that get a lot of money They don't. They don't turn around. Now, I'm not saying that you're supposed to give a handout to like everybody, right? And you're not supposed to give a handout to nobody. The way that you earned your money, the way that you got your millions, you don't owe anybody anything. You know, if you worked hard to make a business or whatever you do, however you earned your million, you don't owe anybody anything. How you got there, right? But if it was done legitimately, right? Because there's ways that you can earn a million, and you can. Oh yeah, I seen that. So, um, I was saying, but yeah, that's what it is, and you're going to when you get that, okay, you don't owe anybody, but if you did it legitimately, you could pass down on how you got that. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to say, okay, here's 500,000 to get you started, now make the other 500,000. Now I'm not saying that, but you can say, okay, this is the steps that you have to go through to do this and to do that and to do this, so you can get to where I'm at, right? So you gave the information, so it's up to them to take it and run with it. If they don't, and they always come back to you and look for a handout, like, man, can I get this, can I get that, then that's when I'm saying that you don't owe anybody anything off the millions that you made, right? But you can teach somebody how to get to where you are, right? So that's why, like, when I do this show, my intros are always, okay, if you want to know how I do my streams, this, that, and the other, I give you that information. Well, I used to just verbally give you the information when I started out on the stream. Now is where you can go to the website and you can look at all the hardware and software that I use to do these streams. So I'm giving back to people who watch my streams and say, hey, if you want to do what I do, this is what you got to get. This is the equipment that you need to get. That's my give back to my viewers that watch, right? So let's talk about well, we got on a whole different subject as far as but it's still the Charlie Sheen versus Bill Cosby, but we're just going into, I guess, a little bit of column of A, B, and C. When you have a lot of money, right? You're never going to be, especially as a black man, you're never going to reach a certain status, because once you get up too high, there is a method of bringing you back down, because now you pose a threat, right? When you have enough money to do something major, like buy an airport or buy a shipping yard, or, you know what I'm saying, something like that, then you become a dangerous person. If you own a fleet of airlines, you can own a plane. You know what I'm saying? You can get a single engine plane. Okay, buy a plane, you good. But if you own a fleet of aircrafts, then you are a dangerous individual. If you own shipping yards, you are a dangerous individual, because you then can, in theory, they'll look at you and say, okay, well, you can start importing and exporting from other countries, right? So you can start bringing weapons of mass destruction in America. And since you own the shipping yard, you can bypass certain regulations. Or you own an airplane, you can bypass certain regulations. That's when you become a threat, you know. So some black people are not going to get that far. And when I say some, I say basically all, because once you get there, then as I said, you become a hazard. When you expose the government and you expose the government on actual facts, then you become a hazard. If I was telling you the truth about government, that I knew about government secrets, if I start telling you the truth about stuff, which I always do, but I'm talking about telling you the truth as far as that I have evidence in my hand or evidence that I've seen, and I say, okay, the government is yada yada yada, okay, then I become a dangerous asset, right? If I went to Area 51 and actually saw an alien, which I do believe in aliens, but if I actually saw an alien and I took pictures and like posted them and say, okay, this is the alien, I got video, I'm touching the alien, I'm slapping them in the face, and we chilling, we having a beer and drinking some Crown Royal, and I put that shit out on the internet, then I become a dangerous asset, right? Because I have now exposed the government for trying to keep secrets. And if there are aliens, which there are, why would you keep that such a secret? I mean, that could be a major a thing that you would tell your people, the people of the world. You would disclose that. Like, there's some motherfuckers up there that might come down here and try to take your shit or kill you and everybody that you love. That would be like something that you would want to warn motherfuckers about, right? Like, if killer bees are coming from Africa over here, you'd be like, killer bees on the way, protect your shit. But if there was like aliens, it was like, well, you don't want to say anything about it, but that's a whole nother subject at matter. But yeah, man. But that's it. And I say all of that to say, as far as what Bill Cosby was alleged of doing, and versus that against Charlie Sheen, which nobody has said anything about. That's some fucked up shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that shit that's fucked up. You don't say anything about Charlie Sheen, but you have everything to say about Bill Cosby. And that's who's on my shit list. Number 5. It's really a fucked up situation. And I'm not saying that one crime is bigger than the other, but oh shit, let me wish my man a happy birthday. But I mean, it's just a fucked up situation. Hold on, let me do something real quick. Yeah, so every Monday, do this series titled "Who's on My Shit List." So, man, tell a friend. Share the video. Tell a friend. Every Monday. I said Monday. Yeah, and that's the exact point that I'm trying to make. And that's why I went into the whole spiel of how America is so divided. because that's the impression that they are given. That's the impression that America is giving out to the world, that as long as you're white, you don't have to worry about anything. But if you're black, then you better, shoot straight. Yeah. Oh, and he admitted doing it, and that's the fucked up thing. Charlie Sheen had admitted. He admitted of still sleeping with prostitutes, even though he knew he had AIDS. He admitted that shit, but nobody says anything. Nobody says anything. He admitted it. And you know what was shocking to me? I'm surprised that Jerry Fogle, I think that's a Subway guy name, I'm surprised that he got locked up. I'm surprised that they didn't let him get away with that. That shit is real shocking. He must have did something to piss the white people off in order for him to get jail time. Because there are plenty of cases that you can look at, and I'm not just saying this to startle up anything, and I'm not trying to put black people against white people and stuff like that. You can just say, "Oh, R. Kelly," or R. Kelly's on your shit list. Yeah, he's see now. That's when I can say that, like, he should be locked the fuck up. Now, R. Kelly should be locked the fuck up. If anybody should be locked the fuck up, R. Kelly is a prime suspect. I mean, I don't know why. I don't know why he's not locked up. He must be kissing a lot of ass not to be not locked up. But if you go down the line, for every story of what a black man did, you can see the same story that a white person did, and you have two different results. Same crime, two different outcomes. Right? That's something that I'm not making up. That's not a conspiracy theory type thing. That's something that you can actually see. You can, if you go over Facebook, if you go to a lot of people post stuff like that, you can see stuff. Same cases, two different scenarios. You can see there was, for instance, there was a video of a cop fighting this young black lady. I mean, this young white lady. The white lady actually punched the cop. Got into a fisticuff match with the cop. Cop didn't pull out a gun or taser. He just took her down, right? But there's been video of a black woman that was sitting in a car that refused to roll down the windows because she wanted another a sergeant or something to come, and the cop busted her windows. There is a video of this detective. He was sitting in a car doing investigations, and there was this white cop that came up, and he was asking him, "What are you doing here?" and all this other stuff. And the man had his hands visible on the steering wheel, and the cop just pulled out the gun and started aiming into him. And the guy kept saying, "I want your sergeant. I want your sergeant." When his sergeant came there, he was still pointing the gun at him, and he said, "Can you tell your officer to take his gun off me?" and the officer, he tried to put his hand on the officer's gun and tried to lower it, and he act like he did not want to lower his gun. You know, there are always videos that you're going to see how officers treat black people versus how they treat white people. That white kid that did that school shooting, he came out, they brought him out with handcuffs and stuff like that. He didn't get beat, he didn't get tased, but there, I can show you a video how a man got shot and killed in his own backyard for not having anything. What's up, James? We're not having anything. This is the episode. I'm saying who's on my ish list. But I can show you white stuff versus black stuff, and the black stuff always ends up in a bad way. What's up, lady? So this episode of who's on my shit list. Y'all can either write in the comments, let me know who's on your shit list, or you can call in at 301-494-1795. You can rename anonymous, or you can just write in the comments who's on your shit list. So for today, the people that are on my shit list are the people that hate Bill Cosby but don't say anything about Charlie Sheen. Okay, so that's who's on my shit list. Hold up, because I'm watching wrestling. So y'all can put in the comments who's on your shit list. But that's who's on mine. But we're talking about my shit list. Oh yeah, and there's another football player that got accused of rape. What was it? Ben Rosenberg? I think that's his name. Ben Rosenberger or whatever. I'm not really into sports, so I know I'm chopping up this man's name, but Ben, whatever his name is, he was accused of rape, and you see what didn't happen to him. Michael Vick, he was, and the thing about Michael Vick is that he wasn't even there with the dog fighting situation. He wasn't at home in the dog fighting situation. There was other people that was at his house that did that, and that's one thing that a lot of white people don't do when they get money and fame, is they don't have a constant Rosenberger. They don't have a constant major entourage with them. And that's how a lot of black people get in trouble. When you obtain a lot of money, then you got to have all these flow of peoples around you with that has no well-being for you, right? In my case, let me tell you something personal about me. I don't hang around a lot of people, right? Back in the day, before my man Drew died, right, I had slim amount of people that I hung with, right? This is before I met my man Ty McCray, right? I had a lot of friends, but I didn't have like an entourage. I had my man Ant, aka Paramount. I had my man B. I had my man Drew, aka Nut, rest in peace. And folks like Ant Robson, real cool with LT, and then Ty, my man Michael Thompson, But you know, Mike Thompson and I, he's married, so it wasn't like coming over his house all the time, being a hangout spot. The people that I hung out with that were so close was like Ant, B, and Drew. So my entourage wasn't that big. So if you only saw me with 3 dudes, right? If you see me with 4 guys, I probably didn't know one of them niggas, because I kept a small circle. What's up? What's up, bro? So, like if I got famous off the rap career and all that other stuff, I was probably one of them dudes that, well, I would have been one of them dudes that didn't have a big ass entourage, because too many people in your circle cause too many problems. And that's what I'm getting back to with Michael Vick, and that was his downfall. When and then I got a gripe to pick with Michael Vick anyway. That was kind of his fault for letting that shit happen, but it actually wasn't his fault. It was kind of 50-50. He wasn't there doing the dog fighting. That was his folks that was there doing that. But since his name was attached to the dog fighting, he was the one that ultimately paid the price for that. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. And you know, I used to like Michael Vick, and I'm gonna say used to. I wasn't really a sports guy. I was like a fan guy. Like Michael Vick was my dude, because he was an excellent quarterback, and he could run in the pocket, and he could do everything that RG3 tried to do, or what quarterbacks are trying to do now. You know. Then he made a comment about Colin Kaepernick, as far as cutting off your hair to appease the people, which is a dumbass remark, right? You don't need to cut your hair to show that you have any type of values, morals, or education. Okay. For a long time, I had dreads. For a long time, I had braids. For a long time, I had cornrows. And within that time of me having those 3 different hairstyles and Phillies and all this other stuff, you know what? I taught myself how to repair and build computers. I taught myself, and am still teaching how to do the streams and stuff like that. I taught myself how to do production work, as far as creating music, editing music, mastering music, editing videos, creating videos, storyboard writing, and now I'm teaching myself how to do animation, stuff like that, which it's a couple of cartoons that I'm producing that's coming up pretty soon, man. I want you all to, as soon as I start airing those, man, please support those. I want to get those on Cartoon Network. So the more views I have, the more followers that I have on those pages, man, will help me out tremendously. But I say all of that I've had hair, and now I'm doing my little Rick Ross thing, or I should say Kratos from God of War. I'm doing my little God of War thing with the beard. That has no impact on what my knowledge is, or that has no impact on my character. What's up, Eric? That has no impact on anything that I do. Hair doesn't matter what I do. And when Vic made that comment about Kaepernick cutting his hair so he can fit in, that was like, yeah, you're an asshole. Hey, what's up, y'all? Thanks for joining in. Hey, man, this is the Who's on My Shit List. Hey, I'm trying to get this joint popping out there, man. Y'all please spread the word, get it out, get some folks in here. Let me know who's on your shit list, man. You can call in at 301-494-1795, or use your Facebook Messenger to call in. And the person that's on my shit list for today is people that hate Bill Cosby but don't talk about Charlie Sheen. Okay, you have one guy on that on one hand that has been found guilty of raping or drugging females and then taking advantage of them. Then you have, on the other hand, a man who admitted having a deadly disease and still having sex unprotected, and nobody shunned him. One hand you have Bill Cosby, who got stripped off of stores are pulling the Cosby shows off the shelf. They're stopping syndication runs of the Cosby Show, but you can catch Anger Management and One and a Half Men, or you can catch all of the movies that Charlie Sheen did. They haven't been pulled off. It's kind of like, oh, he got AIDS and he was still fucking all these other females. Oh, okay, that's okay. You know what I mean? Yeah, he was paid to say it. Yeah, I wouldn't have took that money. I wouldn't have took that. This is my thing, right? I have no cut cards, right? I have no cut cards. I say what I want to say. I say what's on my mind, and I don't let that fester, right? So if I have a problem with somebody, you are going to know it, okay? In years before, I would just not say anything or try to keep quiet, and I'm trying to work on that. But no, I take that back. If I'm dealing with a female and I'm having a problem, I'll just rather just try to not say anything about it and try to keep it hush hush. But if I have a problem with a dude, I'm going to let your ass know right then and there. I have no cut cards, man. No cut cards. I don't like arguing with females, but I don't mind cursing the nigga out. I have no problem with that. So I'm the type of dude that, like, if the rap career would have gotten off, I would have been like best friends with Roland Martin and D.L. Hughley, because they say what the fuck they want to say on their mind. You know what I'm saying? They say what they want to say and they don't care. What's up, Tiffany? They say what they want to say. So, like I said, if I would have got, you know, a greater status off that, I would have been like one of them dudes that I wouldn't have had no cut cards, especially with the Grand Wizard situation. I would have been like, this dude's an idiot, this, that, and the other. I don't care. That's what it was. And I would have just said what I said, right? So, like I said before, don't like arguing with females. God, just go ahead and keep that festered in. But the nigga, I would have no cut cards. Have no cut cards at all. So we're talking about who's on my shit list tonight. Okay. Please spread the word. Let's get this series out. I do this every Monday around about this time. And I just want to do this series to give people a chance to vent. Who pissed you off, right? Who pissed you off today? Who pissed you off maybe yesterday? Who pissed you off over the weekend? Who pissed you off at work? Was it a relative? Was it a co-worker? Was it that nigga at Walmart, Target, or GameStop? Who pissed you off, right? Who pissed you off? And that's what this series contained. And, you know, you can see my list right there on the side of the screen. That's my top 3. The fourth one you don't see, but it's white people who use the word nigga in their rap songs and shit like that. That's something that I don't really like. And number 5 is people who hate Bill Cosby but don't say nothing about Charlie Sheen. What's up, Ronaldo? People that don't say. So that's who's on my shit list, man. That's definitely who's on my shit list. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's stupid, man. And I'm going to tell you, quite honestly, I used to love Roseanne back in the day. I thought the show was very innovative. I thought that the show, it was good. You know what I mean? I thought that the show, I thought that the show was very entertaining, right? It dealt with a lot of issues, everyday issues that I couldn't relate to because I'm not of that demographic. But I thought it was just funny how they showed a side of the other half not, glammed up and all that other stuff. I mean, it got a little weird when the show started to decline, when they won the lottery and all that other stuff. But now that I look back on it, you can see that, they struggled for a while. They won the lottery supposedly, and then they did what everybody was supposed to do when you win the lottery. You're supposed to upgrade, and that was the show. They didn't take any punches against other races. They were just open and honest about everything, until fast forward now to when when she supported Donald. I keep calling this man Donald Trump. I'm so sorry, Donald Trump, that I'm calling you Donald Trump. When she supported the Grand Wizard, right? When she supported this motherfucker as a woman, they turned Braun Strowman into a babyface. Damn. Okay, so any female that supports Donald Trump, you are a dumbass. You know what I'm saying? If you are a female and you support Donald Trump, if you're watching this, I don't care if you don't like the video, you can kick rocks. You understand me? You can go the fuck on your way. I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? If you're a female and you support Donald Trump out there, I'm sorry for keep calling this motherfucker Donald Trump. If you are a female and you support this Grand Wizard dude, you are a dumbass. You are a jackass. You are a buffoon. You are a dummy. You are a big dummy. You are an asshole, and you should deserve to be grabbed by the pussy. That's my feeling on that. Because everything that this man has said female wise, and you still support him and you still give him an excuse of why he said it, you are a jackass still supporting him. Even before all these allegations came out, they had hard evidence of what he said and how he treated the Miss American pageants, how he treated females, and you still support. I don't give a shit about you saying that he said he was going to bring change. No, that don't mean a goddamn thing. This man does not respect, first of all, he don't respect black people, because all these coons that went to go see him, all these coons that went to go see him, like all these actors and athletes, that's how he look at people. That's how he look at black people, as like entertainers. So who went to go see him? Comedians, Steve Coonan ass Harvey, ex-football players, all these other dudes, these entertainers that went to go see him. He didn't go meet fucking Jonathan that worked third shift at the post office. He ain't even invite that motherfucker to the house, the White House. You understand? He ain't went to go meet Sammy that worked down at the car wash. You know what I mean? He didn't meet with them. He met with high dollar officials that he sees as entertaining, like chucking and jiving dudes. You know what I'm like, hey, yes, sir, boss. Yeah, yes, sir, boss. I'm gonna do this for you, boss, and all this other shit. He went to go meet these dudes. He didn't meet no real dudes. He didn't meet no real black people. He met these shucking and jive dudes, man. And every black person excuse of why he went to go meet Trump was, damn, I keep calling him that again. Every black person that went to go meet the Grand Wizard said that they met the Grand Wizard because they want to infect change in their neighborhoods or their communities, right? You're a millionaire. You don't live in Surrey Square. You don't live in Forest Creek. You don't live in Ashton Heights. You don't live in I'm not gonna say Mo County. You don't live in damn. You don't live in Southeast somewhere. You don't live over there by Eastover. You're a millionaire. So what community are you trying to help out? Because you're not part of that community. What community are you talking about helping out? You're talking about helping out a community? You're talking about helping out your race? You don't identify with people in the lower class. If I was born a millionaire, right, and only knew millionaire struggles all my life, how the fuck am I going to relate to the nigga working at Taco Bell? What the fuck do I have in common with that nigga? Nothing. I have nothing in common with you. How the fuck am I going to relate for you? How am I going to push for some type of changes when I don't know nothing about you? You know what I'm saying? I'm a millionaire. I'm living in Beverly Hills or Miami on the waterfront, and I'm going to ride and die for a nigga that just want to change the secret sauce in the taco meat at Taco Bell. I have nothing to relate to you. Nothing. So how can I go to somebody and be like, well, okay, I want to make change for my people. What the fuck am I going to make change for? No, I'm not going to try to make change for my people. I'm going to try to make change for myself so I can keep more money in my pocket. So I don't have to pay a bigger tax, tax bracket. So I don't have to pay larger taxes at the end of the year. So, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm going to ride or die for. I'm not going to ride and die for what somebody I consider a fucking peasant. That's no fucking way. Come on, man. That shit to me does not make any sense. So these athletes and all these other dudes meeting with him has no correlation to who they are under. Now, these athletes are supported by people like you and I by watching their shows, buying their merchandise, keeping their name in rotation on social media and all this other stuff. We keep them alive. As soon as we stop talking about a certain individual, then they go away. They fade away in the dust. That's what happens. Okay. For an example, he's deceased now, but look at Craig Mack. You know what I'm saying? Craig Mack, he had the shit in the, the early 90s? He was the shit. But people stopped talking about him. People stopped fucking with him. He faded out. Look at the guy that played Mini-Me now. He just died recently. He was like one of the most, I think he was the most highly paid little person. Out of all the LP actors, he was the highest paid LP actor. After Austin Powers died out, you know, he started doing YouTube videos and stuff like that, but his name wasn't in mainstream, and there were plenty of roles that he could have played, but a lot of people didn't talk about him, so he faded out of existence. And that's what I'm trying to say. Morehouse, grab the UDC grad. But all these people that met with him, no change happened. It's still poverty everywhere that you go. If you go into the inner city, the black people, you still see poverty. There's nothing changed. The Grand Wizard, he elected some lady, some millionaire to the school district or something how that goes, but she has no idea of what these inner city kids go through. You know, all these people that he's appointing in their cabinets are millionaires. And the reason why I'm saying that, the reason why I strayed away from the topic and said all of that, is that millionaires don't know the struggle of the lower class people. So how can you fix something when you have somebody representing you and they have no ideas of what your struggle is? So that's my thing. And that's why a lot of actors I don't really care for too much. And I mean, that's what it is, man. That's exactly what it is. And a commercial just came on about the Biggie joint. Yeah, that's what it is, man. But I'm ranting and raving, and that's what this show is about, man. You know, this series of shows that, you know, my shit list. This is what it's about, man. You can come on and you can rant and you can get some of the frustration out, because I had a lot of that held back. And so far, let me see. We probably reached the 30-minute marker on this episode. And I honestly wasn't trying to go this far with it, but that's why I didn't do the episode on the Gamer Show, because wouldn't really have time to get out everything that I wanted to get out on the show. So that's one of the major reasons why I decided to do it on this platform. So yeah, it's an hour. Yeah, hour and 11 minutes. So yeah, that's it, man. But that was it. Now what, dude? Thank you for respecting that racist asshole by calling him the Grand Wizard. Thanks, Aunt. I mean, all the promises that he made, he never kept one of them. The one promise that he made with keeping jobs somewhere, and this was to a whole bunch of white people, some type of steel mill industry or something it was, they cut down half the jobs off of that one. So he didn't keep his promise. But I mean, you can't get upset at that because he's a politician. So how many politicians do you know that keep their campaign promises? Probably none of them. Thanks for liking the video, Aunt. But yeah, now this is a fool that didn't show his tax returns. Right? Everything that the Grand Wizard did, if Obama would have did that, he could have been out the White House. He would have been out the White House. He would have probably been locked up. He would have been locked up. So that's a freaking shame. I mean, come on, man. It's just so much stuff that he did that it's just stupid. And why the hell ain't my okay. Jumping all over the place here. There was a comedian that was at the White House, and she shitted all over the Grand Wizard. And they are, I forgot what that lady name is, but she shitted all over the Grand Wizard, man. And they're a backlash about her shitting all over the president. You know what I mean? Their president, not mine. But they didn't say anything about half the shit that he did, which is amazing. You can talk. What she was saying was facts, but she was doing it at a comedic point. She was stating facts. Nothing that she said last night wasn't true about what he did or what he is. But they trying to dump on her for saying that. But yet you don't dump on this dude that first he cheated on his wife. He slept with a porn star and tried to pay her off with hush hush money. He got the Russians involved in the election. All this that he did. But you want to go in on a lady that said jokes? Yeah, what a buffoon. Y'all hate that. Y'all hating on that lady because she went in on him. I mean, she dumped on him, man. Y'all gotta look at that link. Hold up. What's up, Greg? So, yeah, that's about it. So, look, y'all, I do this every Monday around this time. Who's on my shit list? So, you all can come in. You can vent. Get some shit off your chest. You can do that either by calling in to the show at 301-494-1795, or you can use your Facebook Messenger to call in. You can remain anonymous, or you can just write in the comments and share it with everyone who's on your shit list. If you do it in the comments, and of course you're using your real name, you will be, your name will be attached to it. So if it's your boss, you might want to call in, and I'll keep it anonymous unless you choose not to. Okay, so you call in. I won't say, "Hey, Joe Schmo, what's going on? Who's on your shit list?" You know what I'm saying? We're like, "Hey, what's up, caller?" I won't say your name because I know, repercussions may happen. But me, I don't give a damn, man. I speak my mind. I say what's on my mind. I don't care. I have no cut cards, man. I've been through so much shit in these past couple of years that, I don't bite my tongue for nobody. If you don't like it, move the fuck on. You understand me? So that's the way I see the world as. But I think that's gonna be all my time. To the next time, yo. Hey, I'd like to thank everybody who joined in, who watched the live broadcast, or you're watching the rebroadcast of this series. Who's on my shit list? My man Gregory, my man Ant, my man Eric, my girl Tiff, my man Renato, my man Keith, my brother, my man my girl Yoji. Yeah. My man Anton, because Sean. Everybody that came in, man, I really do appreciate y'all for coming through, man. Love all y'all, man, equally. So appreciate that. Hey, man, before I go, got some few things to drop on you. if you don't know, my name is Fred Y. It says it right here. Right there. Fred Y. One half of the game show, me and my friend, my good friend, my main man, Michael Clark. We host episodes 5 days a week. You may get a bonus episode. Check us out. You know what I'm saying? We just released a review of the Avengers Infinity War today. Go check that out. There's some spoilers in there, so to be fair warned. Also, you can donate to the game show 2 ways, man. We got 2 ways that you can donate. You can just send, you know what I'm saying, some donations in, and we'll appreciate that very much. That goes towards keeping the stream alive and getting tech to review and tech and products to give away to our viewers. Also, we have a Patreon page. You want to check that out, man. We got a lot of rewards for our Patreon members only. So the Gamer Show, we here give video games away. We give video game consoles away. We give tech away. We give movies away. And we're starting to do that only for our Patreon members. Now you can donate a monthly fee as low as $1 a month, and anything that you donate will be appreciated. Again, that goes towards keeping the stream alive, keeping the show alive, getting tech and hardware to review and give away. There are different tiers on there. For every $2,000 that we earn on what is it? Hold up. Somebody typing something there. Oh. Alright. So every $2,000 that we generate in the system, we will give a console away of your choice. We will either give one lucky Patreon member an Xbox One, PlayStation 4, or a Nintendo Switch with a game. And if you choose to get an Xbox One or a PlayStation 4, we will give you an extra controller and enough money to get a game of your choice. So $60 card that you would get with the system. If you choose a Nintendo Switch, you won't get an extra controller because the Joy-Con you can break down to 2, so you have a 1 and a 2-player controller. So you might want to go to our Patreon page and check that out. We just started that last week. The episode for that will air, I think, Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. So y'all get more information on that, and you'll get the tiers on that one as well. And generally, I stream on Twitch, YouTube, Mixer, Periscope, and Ustream. But for some of the shows, I just do YouTube, and then I just upload them to YouTube so other people can view them. So that's what it is, man. And again, I try to do this every Monday so you all can vent out your frustrations like I did. And that's about it, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and get off the air because I may be streaming something else tonight. Y'all can check me out on the YouTube side. Share playing. If you are a member of the Game Show website, if you're a subscriber to the YouTube channel and you follow us on Twitch, yeah, that's what you got to do. Then send me a friend request at KT_DIDDY, and you can share play any of the 500 games, well over 500 games that we do have in our inventory. See, somebody just joined. What's up with your meals? And what's up, Stan? Damn, you came in late as mug, Stan. I may just keep this joint open for. Did he leave already?